9 phrases that reveal you're dealing with a narcissist and what they really mean. Narcissism is one of those terms that has become quite common in today's culture, often thrown around lightly in casual conversations. But at its core, narcissism is far more than just vanity or self-love. It's a complex personality trait that manifests through manipulation, a lack of empathy, and an overwhelming need for admiration. If you find yourself walking on eggshells in a relationship or feeling emotionally drained and confused, there's a chance you might be dealing with a narcissist. In this blog, we'll explore 9 key phrases that narcissists often use to manipulate and control those around them. We'll also dive deeper into why they say these things and what they really mean. By understanding these subtle verbal cues, you can protect your emotional health and navigate relationships with a newfound sense of awareness. 1. It's always about me. At the heart of narcissism is a belief that the world revolves around the narcissist. This phrase is a bold declaration that the other person's emotions, needs, and experiences are irrelevant in comparison to theirs. Narcissists believe their problems are the most important, and they struggle to show genuine interest in the lives of others. What this phrase really reveals is a deep sense of entitlement and a lack of empathy. When a narcissist says, "It's always about me," it isn't just an observation, it's a demand. They want to be the center of attention, and they expect others to constantly acknowledge their importance. This phrase can be particularly damaging in relationships because it undermines your sense of self-worth and pushes your emotions to the back seat. Over time, you may feel like your needs are never heard or validated. If you encounter this phrase, it's essential to set firm boundaries and recognize that their need for constant attention and validation is unhealthy and unsustainable. Don't allow yourself to be reduced to a passive participant in the relationship, constantly catering to their demands for affirmation. 2. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Narcissists often have an inflated sense of their own importance, believing they are not only unique but irreplaceable. When they tell you, "I'm the best thing that ever happened to you," they aren't just trying to show how much they care. They are manipulating you into feeling like you owe them everything. It's a subtle form of emotional blackmail. This phrase serves multiple purposes. It elevates the narcissist's status, casts doubt on your past relationships or experiences, and creates a sense of dependency. The narcissist wants you to believe that without them, your life would be incomplete or insignificant. This tactic preys on your insecurities, making you feel like you're lucky to have them in your life. In reality, this is a way for the narcissist to solidify their place in your world, making it harder for you to ever consider leaving them or questioning their behavior. The key here is to recognize that you are valuable, with or without anyone else. You don't need to stay with someone who makes you feel unworthy of anything less than equal love and respect. 3. You're so lucky to have me. Another classic narcissistic phrase is, "You're so lucky to have me." It's a declaration of superiority meant to remind you of your place in the relationship. Narcissists often believe that the world should revolve around them and that others should feel grateful for their attention. By saying this, the narcissist is asserting their control over you, subtly pressuring you to maintain a sense of gratitude and indebtedness. At the core, this phrase is an attempt to establish dominance. It's also a tool to keep you from questioning their behavior. If you ever find yourself hearing this, recognize that it's part of a pattern to keep you in a position where you feel undeserving of better treatment. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not on guilt or manipulation. 4. You wouldn't be anything without me. When a narcissist says, "You wouldn't be anything without me," it's an attempt to diminish your self-worth and place you in a position of emotional dependence. This phrase manipulates your sense of self by suggesting that without the narcissist's guidance, support, or presence, you'd be nothing. It's a calculated move to create an emotional bond where you feel like you owe them everything. This tactic can be especially damaging in personal relationships as it creates a toxic dependency. The narcissist wants you to believe that your happiness, success, and well-being are all owed to them, regardless of your independent accomplishments. In a healthy relationship, mutual support is key, but you should never feel like you are incomplete without someone else. 5. Everyone else is just jealous of me. Narcissists often project an exaggerated sense of self-importance, and when they say, "Everyone else is just jealous of me," it's a clear indicator of their inflated self-image. This phrase not only shifts the blame onto others, but it also reinforces the narcissist's narrative that they are above criticism and admiration. By claiming that others are simply jealous, the narcissist deflects any criticism or negative feedback they may receive. They refuse to accept any responsibility for their actions and instead use this phrase to maintain their perfect image. This tactic serves to isolate you and others from seeing their true behavior, as it paints them as a victim of jealousy rather than someone who might be the cause of conflict. 6. Why are you so sensitive? One of the most insidious phrases a narcissist can use is, "Why are you so sensitive?" This is often said when you express hurt feelings or try to address something that bothers you. Rather than acknowledging your emotions, the narcissist invalidates them by labeling you as too sensitive. This phrase is a manipulation technique designed to make you question your reactions and emotions. It serves to shift the focus away from their hurtful behavior and onto your perceived overreaction. Over time, this can erode your confidence in your feelings, leaving you feeling confused and emotionally vulnerable. It's important to stand firm in your feelings and recognize that your emotional responses are valid. The narcissist's goal is to discredit you, but by asserting your emotions, you can begin to break free from their manipulative tactics. 7. I never do anything wrong. Perhaps one of the most frustrating and toxic phrases a narcissist can use is, "I never do anything wrong." Narcissists are unable or unwilling to accept responsibility for their actions. They see themselves as infallible, and admitting mistakes is seen as a threat to their perfect self-image. When you hear this phrase, it's not just about avoiding accountability. It's an attempt to control the narrative and manipulate the reality of the situation. This statement is particularly damaging in relationships because it leaves no room for growth or change. If the narcissist refuses to acknowledge their mistakes, there's little opportunity for the relationship to evolve into a healthier, more cooperative dynamic. In essence, it traps you in a cycle of frustration and emotional neglect. 8. I'm the only one who understands you. Narcissists thrive on creating a sense of emotional dependence. When they say, "I'm the only one who understands you," they are trying to isolate you from others, making you feel like they're the only person who truly gets you. This is a classic manipulation tactic used to foster dependence and control. By making you believe that no one else understands you the way they do, the narcissist subtly positions themselves as irreplaceable. This creates a situation where you feel emotionally reliant on them, further strengthening their control over you. Healthy relationships are built on equality, not one person holding all the emotional power. 9. You owe me. Finally, the phrase "you owe me" is one of the most direct ways a narcissist will manipulate you into feeling indebted. Whether it's a favor they've done for you or something they perceive as a sacrifice, they will use this phrase to guilt trip you into compliance. This is a form of emotional blackmail that is designed to keep you emotionally entangled and under their control. When a narcissist says "you owe me," they're asserting power over you, and it's important to recognize that this is an unhealthy tactic meant to manipulate your sense of duty. You do not owe anyone anything for the basic decency or respect they offer. Conclusion: recognizing and breaking free from narcissistic manipulation. These phrases are not just words. They represent a deeper manipulation of emotions and control tactics used by narcissists to maintain dominance in relationships. Recognizing these phrases can help you identify narcissistic behavior early on and take proactive steps to protect your emotional health. If you find yourself in a relationship where you constantly hear these phrases, it's essential to understand that your feelings are valid and you deserve to be treated with respect. Setting boundaries, seeking support from trusted friends or therapists, and, if necessary, distancing yourself from toxic individuals are all crucial steps to regain your sense of self and emotional well-being. By empowering yourself with knowledge about narcissism, you can break free from manipulative behaviors and cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. You deserve more than being manipulated into thinking you're lucky to be in someone's life. Remember, your happiness and peace of mind are invaluable.